I'm speaking to you now from the SAGE Operations Room at the Missile Master Center at Oakdale, and I'd like for you to meet Captain Howard Chaiken, who is the Squadron Operations Officer, and you're the man who's going to tell us about SAGE and the operation here.
A little bit, yes. What we have here is the SAGE Operations Room. The squadron is the 662nd Radar Squadron, and our mission is to provide data, radar data, to the Semi-Automatic Ground Environment Control Center.
That's what SAGE means.
Right. SAGE Center at Syracuse, New York. We're speaking at the moment from right in front of the Maintenance Control Center, and these two airmen whom you see in front of us are involved in establishing maintenance control, the status of the equipment, and determining how everything is functioning throughout the squadron. Their job primarily is to ensure that all of our equipment is working all of the time and providing the necessary data.
You're talking about radar and
radio, and we have a data transmitter, or we call it our computer, which sends data in a digital form, in electrical impulses, forward to the computer at Syracuse. Now what we do is pick up on our radar set all of the aircraft in the entire area, and all of these aircraft are transmitted, their positions are transmitted to the Direction Center at Syracuse. The computer in the Direction Center at Syracuse generates requests on specific aircraft. The computer may wish to know what the height of a specific aircraft is. And when it generates a request, this request comes in back on one of the two consoles that you see back here.
Those are radar consoles.
These are radar consoles. They're height finder radars, and they are manned 24 hours a day by radar operators. These men are trained to operate these consoles, to operate the message consoles, which are to their right, and they monitor them. The computer electronically generates a positioning point, and it tells the man that the aircraft is in this particularly general area.
In other words, if you sent in radar data that showed all of the aircraft in the area, and Syracuse wanted to know the height of one specific aircraft, the computer would send back this request.
Send back a request. It would swing the height finder radar antenna around to the azimuth from this site on which the aircraft is, and the man would get a little electronic presentation on his scope which tells him that this is the aircraft they want.
So you're answering the computer's questions.
We're answering the computer's questions consistently and constantly all the time, 24 hours a day. We have two of these positions, one in the back in the corner and then one here in the middle, and these men are working on these message consoles and height finder consoles to answer these requests.
Does each one of these represent a different radar then?
Each one of these represents a different radar. There are two channels for each radar, but there is one radar there.
Well, then this is an automatic. These men are operating the radar, but the communication is automatic between the computers.
The communication between the computers is automatic. It's electrical impulse, and the man just punches a button, and it's automatically transmitted to Syracuse. Then we have another man here in the front. This man is monitoring the quality of the search data that we send forward to the SAGE Direction Center at Syracuse. He has several selections of types of radar data that our radar set will provide, and he can, by switch action, pressing a button, select which one he wants to look at. He looks at the different types of data, and it's all being monitored and transmitted forward to Syracuse. And he also has a clock in front of him which tells him time in what we call Zulu time. This is the time at the Greenwich Meridian in England, and we operate on this time all of the time, and we can converse then with the people at Syracuse and tell them about the data at a particular time, and we know that we're talking about the data at the same time of the day, no matter where it is in the world.
Well, that makes, he then is related to what the men are doing here.
He monitors the quality of the data. If he sees that there's anything at all wrong with this data, then he notifies the man here in front of us, who is on the maintenance control center, and this man notifies the maintenance man to come out and check the equipment and check the radar set and see whether there's anything that can be done to improve this data immediately.
In other words, then, everything in the personnel and the operation we have seen going on here right now is going on 24 hours a day.
24 hours a day.
7 days a week.
7 days a week, 365 days out of the year.
All the way through.
That's
And this
right.
is a vital link in the air defense of
This is
this country.
a very vital link. We provide the radar data, as do 4 other radar squadrons in the Syracuse sector, for the Direction Center at Syracuse, which is one of the many SAGE direction centers throughout the country.
Well, thank you very much, Captain Chaiken. That's all the time from the SAGE Center here in Pittsburgh. Let's see now where the magic carpet will take us next.